First thing I want to say, I want to apologize to Grambling State University. It doesn't matter how big the moment is. It doesn't matter what the situation is. Someone in a position of leadership should never allow their emotions to get the best of them. And that second technical foul I got, it was unwarranted. I was wrong, and I take full responsibility. I embarrassed myself. I embarrassed my team. I embarrassed my AD, and that I am extremely sorry. But, I am a competitor. And that dog in me, wanted that victory real bad. And, sometimes our emotions get the best of us. But I tell my team all the time, your feelings can't matter inside those forward lines. And I allow my feelings to dictate my actions. And so that's my opening statement. I take full responsibility. Shout out to Coach Margaret Richards. That's literally like a sister to me. She was my GA when I played at Louisville. My senior year, so we've known each other for a long time, and she deserves this moment. She deserves this moment. She was in a tough situation last year, and she's looking for redemption this year. I love her, and I have nothing but respect for her, but I feel bad for my kids. With that being said, on to the next question.
All right, go ahead. Roger Gavin at Raw TV Media. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing well.
All right, good to see you. From SWAC Media Day all the way here. Coach, competitive nature you talked about, and the fire is that winning this game. What did you see on the court that we weren't seeing, that you weren't getting the benefit of the doubt?
I'm never going to complain about the officials once the game is over with. That's called excuses. And here at Grambling State University, we don't make excuses. Sometimes the calls go your way, and sometimes they're not as favorable. We lost the game. That's it. It doesn't matter if we got the calls or we didn't get the calls. We lost. Right? We can sit here and make all these excuses, but at the end of the day, I feel bad for my seniors. It did not turn out the way that we wanted, but we've had a rocky season all year long. We swung for the fences with our non-conference schedule in hopes to be prepared for moments like this, the big games. But the moment was just too big for us tonight. So we don't make excuses about officiating. It is what it is. The referee's gonna call the game the way they want to call it and the way they see fit. They're always right, and I'm always wrong. So that's just that.
Right. There was a couple of missed shots, missed opportunities.
A couple. We were 17 for 61.
Right.
Lots of missed shots.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So, with that being said, did that dictate the strategy that you had coming into the game?
No, because we don't shoot the ball well from the outside anyway. We hang our hats on rebounding, and the fact that we got out rebounded tonight, that's the biggest disappointment. The technical fouls, the missed shots, it's the fact that we got out rebounded. We're top 10 in the country, right? In rebounding, we're top 5 in the country in offensive rebounds. And although we had 17, we allowed Jackson State to have 15. That's probably the biggest disappointment that I take away from the entire game. Is the fact that we didn't dominate the boards. And when we don't dominate the boards, now it's a glaring stat that we miss a lot of shots. We miss a lot of shots all the time. But we're able to win games, and we're able to win games big sometimes when we dominate the boards, so we can win by 10 or more. And we didn't do that tonight. We lost by 1.
Notice that Jackson State, their game plan was to kind of pack the paint.
Can you talk a little louder?
I said, when you noticed that Jackson State's game plan was to pack the paint, like what was your thought process in terms of adjustments that you're trying to make?
Well, this is our second time playing them, and so once you get to a team and you play them for a second time and you're in the tournament, coaches are not going to really change a lot of things that they do. They played us the same way that they did when we played them early in the season at our place. It's just a matter of us being able to make layups. Right, we missed a lot. We missed double-digit layups again tonight. We shot 10 for 21 from the free throw line. I think the last time we played them, we shot 30 free throws. But we also missed 20 layups in that game. And it was very similar to what tonight was like. And so when we're having to inbound the ball every time instead of getting rebounds and pushing in transition, we become stagnant and we're not as aggressive in the open floor. And we're an open floor type of team.
You kind of alluded to the fact that you guys had some ups and downs throughout this season. What do you take away from a moment like this?
We need more ups than downs. At the end of the day, it's my responsibility to put us in those tough situations, but also find our way to fight out of those situations. And I don't mean that literally, I mean that figuratively. But we allowed some situations throughout the course of the season to kind of dictate how we would show up for the next game. And just getting more chemistry because, again, I have 10 new players this year. So it's hard when you got a group of 10. You know, when I first got the job last year, only 5 kids were returners. So 10 seems to be my number. I'm tired. I'd rather not have to sign 10 kids, but I had to sign 10 kids last year, and I had to sign 10 kids again this season, and potentially may have to sign 8 or 9 again, you know, in this offseason. But that's the beauty of the transfer portal, right? You know, I'd like to have kids for more than 1 year, but in this league, when so many of the kids are so, you know, are older and mature, you got to get those mature and seasoned kids to try to compete with the top half of the league, and that's my goal, to always finish in the top half of the league. I finished 5th this year. The goal was to finish 4th, but we lost a couple games at home that we probably shouldn't have. But the ups and downs, you know, that's I take full responsibility for that, but I got to get some kids with a little bit more grit. We got to be able to grind those wins out. The SWAC is tough. I refuse to allow people to not give us the credit that we are due, right? We are the SWAC. We are Grambling, but we are SWAC athletics. And I feel like we can compete with anybody in the country. We put our shorts on just like everybody else, and the teams in the top half of this league are pretty damn dominant. And so I say kudos to everybody that's still left in the tournament, and I hope that those committees, the BCIC, the WNIT, WBIT, NCAA tournament gives us a chance because we deserve it. These kids have worked hard, not just for my team, but every other team in the league. And we deserve a chance to put HBCU athletics on the map and continue to fight for the rest of the season. So I'm speaking for everybody. Nobody asked me to say that, but that's how I feel. I speak my mind all year long. Sometimes it goes over well and sometimes it doesn't, but it is what it is.
Tough loss. How do you encourage your team to grow from this experience?
We got to keep fighting, right? I said this yesterday, and you know, I'm not a Bible thumper, but I am a spiritual person, and I believe in a higher power. The scripture says, though I walk through the valley. It doesn't say I sat down in the valley. It didn't say I laid down in the valley or I just gave up in the valley. Though I walk through the valley. I'm in my 2nd year. 2 back-to-back winning seasons before I get to the tournament. Before I get to the tournament, I finished 500, and I'm okay with that. All right, I'm okay with that. But I made a promise to my AD that I win him a championship before my time is done. And like I heard a coach say before, you either leave a school by choice or by force. Right? You either leave by choice or by force. But I like to leave with some championships if I leave. Right? But I love Grambling, and Grambling's been good to me. And so I'm going to always take care of the place that takes care of me. Gram fam, they love me, they pour into me, and it makes it easier for me to be able to do my job. And so I think if I'm a walking, talking, living, breathing billboard for my kids, all they got to do is see that I'm still going. Because if I lay down in that valley, they're going to lay down with me. Right? If we together, we together. Good, bad, and different. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes every single day. But I'm a dog. And dogs keep on fighting. If a dog came in here right now, somebody had him on a leash, none of y'all would run. Nobody in here would run. But if he opened that door and a dog came in here without a leash and he was foaming at the mouth, and I guarantee you all of us would get up and run. I'm a dog without a leash right now. Because this is exactly what I need. I needed to lose exactly like this. I needed to lose my cool so that it'll never happen again. I give you my word, Dr. Scott, it'll never happen again. That was a good question. What else you got over there?
Let me ask, as you review the season in its totality, look at the deficits that you have, and you look at the needs that you need to assess going into the off season, is there 1 or 2 primary areas that you think you need to address to kind of get you over the hump?
The glaring stat for me right now is the fact that we got out rebounded. We ended the season last year and we got out rebounded. And that is my motto. We have a mantra. I am more than a champion. I think like a champion. I speak like a champion. I am grateful for all that I have. I give much because I've been given much. I will not be out rebounded. I will not be out rebounded. I am more than a champion. See, this is far bigger than the game of basketball, right? I am telling these kids that they're more than champions. They're champions in life. Shakaya Wormsley is a businesswoman. She's going to be successful for many, many years. Many, many years. She's more than a champion, but I wanted her to get a ring. The glaring stat for me is the fact that we needed some kids that can go in there and get the rebound. That's it. I need some dogs on the boards. Yes, you do. Come on. Ask her a question. She might not have no comments.
Actually, I had a question.
Yeah.
If you were to describe your season in one sentence, what would it be?
You said what?
If you were to describe your season in one sentence, what would it be?
Tough. I think our season was tough, not just because we started off preseason playing a lot of big schools, but we faced a lot of adversity as a team, and we still found a way to pull through and stick together.